Hello, I'm attorney Paul Whalen from Afford Law. At Afford Law, we practice criminal and family law throughout Massachusetts. Our fees are all based on a sliding scale. That means that the less money that you make, the less we charge. Uh, Today, I'd like to talk about a split sentence in a criminal matter in Massachusetts. What is a split sentence? You'll sometimes hear this phrase bandied about in the courtroom, and perhaps some of the district attorney is trying to offer a split sentence to you. So I just want you to understand exactly what that is. So, at the end of a criminal case, you can basically either be sent to jail or not sent to jail. If you're not sent to jail, unless your case is dismissed, you may very well be placed on probation. Being placed on probation carries with it a lot of conditions. You can't get rearrested. You may have to remain alcohol free, drug free with screens. You may have to attend classes and so forth. Those are conditions of probation. If you violate those conditions of probation, you can be presented as a probation violator. That carries a lot of problems in itself because it's very easy for a judge to find you in violation of your conditions of probation. And then you may possibly get sent to jail at that point, or some other problems, some other things will crop up, things that you certainly don't want. So when trying to wrap up your case, obviously we don't want you to go to jail. We want to have the least amount of problems in your life. Certainly dismissals are the best thing. If you go to a trial, you want to get a not guilty, but that's not always possible. So a split sentence is sort of a combination between a jail term and a probationary period. So what happens is in a split sentence, the judge will sentence you to will give you a sentence, part of which has to be committed time. That means you have to actually go to jail and serve that sentence, and then it'll be followed by a probationary period after that. So very often, sort of the language that you'll hear is the judge will give you a sentence, and they'll tell you such and such is to be served. The balance will be suspended for a period of time. Let's look at an example. Say the judge is going to give you a split sentence. The judge may say, "I'm going to sentence you to a 2-year sentence at the House of Corrections, a year to serve, the balance, that means the remaining year, suspended for 2 years." So that means it's a 2-year sentence. 1 year you have to go to jail. After you get out of jail, you're on probation for 2 years with that 1-year sentence hanging over your head. Now, with a suspended sentence, that is worse generally than straight probation. And the reason that's worse is that if you are presented as a probation violator and you are found to be in violation, if the judge wants to give you any additional time at that point, if the judge wants to sentence you to any more time in jail, they have to give you the full amount of the suspended time. So in our example, that would be the 1 year. So if you were on straight probation, if you were found in violation and the judge thought that you had to serve some time, the judge could give you a day, a month, 6 months. They have a lot more discretion. Well, they have discretion. In a suspended sentence, there is no discretion. That's truth in sentencing. They don't have to send you to jail, but if they're going to, they have to impose that full amount of the suspended time. So a suspended sentence, in this case, in a split sentence, that's the one certainly one step up from a just a regular suspended sentence, because you do get the suspended you do get the committed time at the front end. So you have to serve that time in jail. Then when you get out, you'll be on probation for a period of time. But what makes that worse is that you have that suspended time hanging over your head, so that if you do mess up on probation, then they can send you for that additional time. In our example, for the 1 year. So that's a split sentence. Like I said, I just want you to understand what it is. If you're considering it, if they're offering it, those are the things that you want to think about. As I say, at Afford Law, we do practice criminal and family law throughout Massachusetts. All of our fees are on a sliding scale based on your income. So the less you make, the less you have to pay. We're trying to make ourselves affordable and to give voice in the courtroom to the hardworking people of Massachusetts. please feel free to visit us at affordlaw.org. We'd be happy to answer any questions you might have. Feel free to book a free virtual appointment with me. I'd be happy to address any specific questions you have about sentencing or criminal law or family law matters in Massachusetts. At Afford Law, we're making justice affordable.